Hey everybody, GC Performance here, back with another video, and today we're talking tariffs. I know we don't like to hear about it, but it is the bicycle industry side of things. This is a YouTube channel specifically about bikes, so we're talking about it. It's been quite some time since I talked about the last update, and there are a ton of companies that came forward about what they're planning to do to combat these tariffs, and also some of my predictions of what I think is going to happen in the future as well. Me being in the bicycle industry, I get to hear a lot of information from other companies, what their plans are. So I'll give you my take on that as well. And also, being in the YouTube space, I've worked with a lot of China companies that sent out products from China directly. And I'll give you what my interactions have been with them, because it's not looking so good with these crazy tariffs going back and forth, which just literally seems to be a pissing match between two governments. And it's kind of getting messy. I don't even know what the tariff is at in China right now, but we'll talk about it. Again, this is not politics. This is all about bicycle stuff. I know it's directly related to politics, but again, I'm just telling you guys from a standpoint, if you guys are looking to buy a bicycle or bicycle parts, I recommend doing it now before May 1st, because prices are going to go up on everything. We'll be as extremely honest about that. But, so in the news, recently, Trek tells retailers of immediate price increase, announcing that there's going to be a 10% tariff surcharge coming to everything out there, including back orders as well. So if you're a customer who went to the store, you went ahead and placed a bicycle that you wanted, let's say it was a $10,000 Trek Madome, you want that bicycle but was not in stock, like, oh, don't worry about it, we'll put it on order, it should be here in about 2 months, maybe a month. You're like, all right, cool, I'm going to give you my $10,000 in full. That bicycle now has a 10% tariff on it, so now you have to pay an extra $1,000 no matter what. I don't know if the companies or the stores or whoever it's going to happen is going to have to go ahead and eat that, but that dealer will be charged that surcharge whenever that inventory makes landfall to them. This doing so is obviously to make sure that they have enough capital, because they are going to the banks and they are paying for inventory coming across the waters onto the shores, and they have to pay those tariffs up front. They're not getting terms, they're not getting net, they're not getting time to pay it off. They basically a shipment of product, and as soon as it gets those ports, they're like, hey, you got to pay this up front. We don't care about your inventory. This is what you owe the government for the tariffs. So they have to pay that up front, and it's a lot of money for a lot of inventory. And it's not just your bike. It's a ton of bikes. And it's not your problem, but it's their problem, which now becomes your problem. So that is unfortunate. They're doing what they can to go ahead and try to roll back the price increases for the cheaper bikes, the kids' bikes, the entry-level bikes. This also is affected to Trek's other brand, Electra, which is Electra Cruisers, which I do sell. But those bicycles start around like $629, $300. And again, like I said, like a 10% increase on that bike, $60. You know, like that's not the biggest deal. But these are all, the 10% price increases are all kind of like on a pause right now because of the tariffs, except for China. So that is just right now. What can happen in the future, we may not know. This also comes off of, like I did the article, Specialized saying that May 1st, they're announcing that there will be a 10% price increase on majority of their products. It's not all products, but majority of their products. For instance, their new Turbo Levo just launched. That was $13,500. Once May 1st happens, that bike will be $13,500 plus 10%, and it'll be a separate charge on your bill, whether it being online, whether it being inside a bicycle store. But that way you know where your money's going. It's not just going to be like, hey, the Levo's $13,500. Now it's $1,350 more. It's not just going to be like a whole sum number. Like, hey, this is $13,500, and then you have to pay an additional $13.50 to that tariff charge on there. So that way, like they said, they don't want to seem like they're the bad guys that are raising the prices. In other news, Trek said that with this announcement, they said, as with any price increase, there are pauses for you. The value of your current inventory had just gone up, and moving forward, you'll experience an increase in your gross profit dollars for bikes sold. So all of their price increases that are coming in from the bikes going up, they're considering that these dealers are going to put these prices on across the board. So even for their existing inventory, I think for Trek and Trek stores and Trek partners, obviously that has to happen for the price increase. But I think, I don't know, as a store owner, I would probably, if I had used inventory and I had a customer come into my store and they said, hey, I want to buy this bike, but it was, you had it on the model and then you had it on the floor this time and now you still have it, I think I would do what's in best interest to sell that bicycle for the same price I had it at. But I don't know how they work it out. I don't know if they're going to have a separate bill on the invoice or just the total price of that bike's going up in that matter. Even for Envy. Envy is made in America. They are a great company. They make their rims. They make a lot of their carbon composites. envy.com. They make a lot of their stuff in-house. They're in Utah. But and this might just be me being ignorant, but I don't know where they get their raw material from, like their carbon fiber. Are they going to get a surcharge as well? Are they going to give a tariff because of the fact that wherever they're importing their materials to make this, unless they're making their carbon fiber in-house, which again, I could be completely wrong and not knowing it, they're the only one that's really looking to win in this situation because they're a made in America product. But I could see them, if they are getting these raw materials like alloy, carbon, whatever the case might be, from China, those prices are going to go up as well. And even Giant, one of the biggest manufacturers out there, the biggest bicycle manufacturer out there, is basically saying they could see this tariff hoopla go up to a price point of 50% increase for bicycles with this negotiation going back and forth. No matter what, a lot of stuff comes from China. I mean, like you said, you might just be thinking, oh, well, this company makes this here, this company makes this here. There's so many small parts and bits and pieces there that something gets outsourced from China to be put on that bicycle. I'll just call it what it is. I've heard rumors that SRAM might go up 25% on cassettes and chains, and then different percentages on different parts where they can. Obviously, some of their parts are made in Indianapolis. But all the stuff outsourced from China, there will be a tariff hike in there. I have not heard of what's going to be for Shimano yet, but I think a lot of companies are just kind of seeing and waiting what happens. We've heard this. Even after I made my video, oh, sorry, that's my dishwasher. Even after I made my video about the Specialized and the tariffs and everything like that, you had this story come out, which I thought was flabbergasting. Bike maker takes steps to avert an unexpected $1 million tariff charge. Turn Bicycles, if you guys do not know, is a folding bike company that sells folding bikes, which are very capable for people who travel, who can fit them into townhouses, or maybe easier to carry inside of a car or a bus. They also make really cool e-bikes, really cool, nice bicycles. We actually are a Turn dealer, I believe, and we sell Turn bicycles. They had a shipment coming in. Once these tariffs got announced, they were handed a $1 million tariff charge, or basically they were saying, hey, if your shipment gets here past this date, you're going to owe us $1 million in tariffs, which is crazy. Again, these are all products that they're getting loans from banks, that they're giving to factories, and they're getting payment term times and payment and terms on these bicycles to go ahead and make these payments after a couple months or whatever the case may be, maybe a year, 2 years, whatever it is. And that inventory is not due for a certain amount of time to these factories. But now you have to pay that $1 million up front. Again, that's a lot of cash to pay up front. So they had to go ahead and figure out whether or not to go ahead and misdirect it, send it back to where it came from, send it to Canada, send it to Mexico, and then go ahead and figure out where to disperse all this product from. But, I mean, yeah, you even heard of companies like Parlay. They also are just pausing their ordering right now to figure out what's going to happen with tariffs. So it is a crazy time. I don't know what to do with these price increases. I got to tell you, 10% is not a lot right now, but again, no one wants to pay $1,350 extra just for nothing. So they're going to be very upset. I know we're talking about bicycles here, but obviously this is a bicycle channel. If you're looking to get anything for your bicycle, components, wheels, handlebar, seat post, seat, new bike, buy it now, because you're going to get a price increase no matter what when it comes May 1st with a lot of companies. So where does this leave the direct from China companies? We have WINSPACE, we have Far Sports, we have ELITEWHEELS, we have Sika. There's a lot of companies in this YouTube space that do direct business from China. And I've obviously have relationships with these people that I've talked to and I've done business with in the past, and I still have their phone numbers or emails. I'm like, hey, so how is this affecting your business? Is this something that you're able to work with? Does it make sense for you guys to continue it? One company that's a massive company flat out said, we don't know if it's worth it to do business in America right now for the time being with these tariffs in place. A lot of these companies that sell direct to America, of course, USA is one of the biggest customers. They're one of the biggest USA consumers out there that buy these products. But if you get hit with a 245% tariff, there's no way you can do business on that. It's absolutely not. When products cost $1,200 for a wheel set, or $1,600 for a frame with these slim margins, they can't afford to pay X amount of dollars up front for tariffs. It doesn't make sense. So these companies already are established brands in China. They're literally saying, hey, we might just hold out, pause our distributions on USA, unless they can figure out workarounds, maybe shipping to a different country first and then shipping from there. I don't know logistically how that works, but I don't want to out any names, obviously, because of the fact that, that's their business, not mine. But basically just saying, if they have to wait out this tariff situation and they have to wait out from selling to consumers in America, they still have their customers that they're selling to in China and other locations. So the only one that has that massive tariff for 245% is America. They could sell to people in Canada, they could sell to people in Mexico, they could sell to Europe, they could sell to UK, Australia, wherever. So it's really a lose situation for the American people in terms of what they can buy at this point. Now we all just have to wait out and see what happens in the future and how this all unfolds. I think right now you're seeing 10% tariff surcharges, but if this negotiation keeps on going, the pauses stop, you don't reach the negotiations you want to, maybe the Vietnam, Taiwan, wherever, those percentages go up. You could see these companies doing that because, again, it's not on them. What is on them kind of to pay for it is their product. But they'll see these increases, and then it's just going to put this customer in a different price bracket, and then they'll have to double think about buying a bicycle. So that's where we are on the tariff forefront. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. Oh, for people who are new to my YouTube channel, you can become a member to my YouTube channel by paying $5 a month. I don't know why you do that, but you can do that. I'll give you the option to. If you don't do it before May 1st, there will be a tariff on that. I'm sorry. So it won't be $5 anymore. It'll be $25. No, it's just a joke. I'm just kidding. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.